Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Card Talk, a podcast where we spend a little bit of time talking about cards from Lord of the Rings card game. I'm your host, Dave Walsh.
And I'm Grant Thompson, just along for the ride. And today we're talking about the core set of Brok Ironfist. And I cannot believe I've said that with a straight face. The 6 cost, 2 willpower, 2 attack power, 1 defense, 4 hit point, leadership, ally. With the response, after a dwarf, you control...
After a dwarf hero, yeah.
The one that I've got here just says, after a dwarf, you control leaves play. But yes, you're right. After a dwarf hero, you control leaves play. Put Brok Ironfist into play from your hand. Now, I can honestly say, outside the core set, I have never played Brok Ironfist.
Should we ring this guy? No.
Yeah, let's just ring him.
Yeah.
That's the episode for today, folks.
Well, I think it's universally accepted that Brok Ironfist is one of the worst cards ever made. Although I appreciate the game, what the game is trying to do. They're saying, if you lost a hero, put this card into play to replace that hero.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that the ally just doesn't do what the hero does. It has nominal stats, 2 questing, which is okay for a dwarf. Dwarf, and with dying out there, leadership dying, it's fine. 2 attack, 1 defense, and 4 hit points. I mean, those are good, but you have allies that have those stats anywhere else. Like so to have a 6 cost leadership, 6 in leadership, what?
Well,
it's just ridiculous.
I'll look at Brok and then I'll look at Bjorn, who still costs 6, who has...
It's just a powerhouse.
Well, exactly. And you compare the two, there's no contest. Bjorn wins, even though he doesn't get made into a hero when you lose another hero.
Right, but you can make Bjorn a beast and then put him back in your deck and keep using him.
Yeah, but with Brok, he's just like so underwhelming.
Right, but why is he so underwhelming? I guess that's really what the show is going to...
Generally speaking, you don't want to lose a hero, and
right, and there's and even in the core set, there was enough allies that you would choose to lose the allies before you chose to lose a hero.
The only time I can see this coming into play relatively quickly in the core set is the Hummerhorns and the Hill Troll.
Right, and that may be why it was designed. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in the mind of the designers of the game, but
I mean, me personally, I would like to see a redesign of Brok, a complete overhaul of Brok Ironfist. I would like to see.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Brok came out as a hero and became like this mega awesome, better than dying leadership dying hero that was just like, oh my god. And then the question, which Brok are you using, comes up. The good part about it is you could use that new hero or new ally, and you wouldn't have to worry about unique conflicts if you were playing Fellowship.
Exactly. Exactly.
See, so there's a positive.
Yeah,
I will say that I'm going to steal something from Mr. Underhill. When we had Mr. Underhill on, we were talking about this, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands that we can use, if you're using Gandalf Hero, okay, Gandalf Hero allows you to play the top card of your deck on face up. So you know what the next card is on your deck. And so you can then play Flame of Honor. Yep. And Flame of Honor gives you plus X attack based on the cost
of the card
of the card that
discarded.
you're discarding, and you discard the top card of your deck. So if you can see that that top card of the deck is Brok Ironfist, you can discard it and you can give your Istari character +6, and that's any Istari character.
Saruman, Radagast, and Gandalf.
Right, and Saruman only stays in a round. So you
Gandalf
probably
only stays in a round.
no,
unless
but
it's
but if
hero.
you're using
Yes,
if you're using it
hero.
in the hero version so
Yeah.
that you can see, then that's good because his stats. I mean, a 9 attack. I mean, all of a sudden Gandalf's throwing Brok at the at the Balrog. Go hit him, and like that's how I envision what Flame of Honor does. But takes whatever card that you're. It's a Hanemarth River song. Hanemarth doesn't do anything to it, but the Brok could crush him. Anyways, but with the new hero Radagast, that's also going to be out there permanently. Or even ally Radagast. I mean, now you have something a little relatively useful. But I just never see, and let me again give credit. That's Mr. Underhill. That I did not come up with that, and he did, and he said that's the one that you need to use Brok Ironfist for, because he's not useful any other way, But I want to reiterate that, with a 2/2/1 stat line and 4 hit points, that could be any other dwarf. I mean, right? Like,
yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. Let me just pull up this guy here, the veteran axe hand, right? Who costs 2, has the same attack, same defense as Brok, and costs 2. So who are you bringing out? Brok or the veteran axe hand? That's I think, and let me just say, I'm not saying anything new here. I'm sure that this is what the community already realizes. I'm just using him, this is these are the things that run through people's mind. Like, why am I getting the stats? And the other question then becomes, if you on purpose have Dane in your, or not Dane, if you on purpose have Brok in your hand, which dwarf are you sacrificing to bring Brok out into play? Let's say you have to take an undefended 5, right? Or let's say the Hummerhorns attacks and engages you, and you have Brok in your hand. Like, which dwarf are you picking? You know what I mean? Like, that is a stupid decision to have to make. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Even if it's damage amounted over time that's killed off your hero, generally when you are getting to that last stage of hit points, you stop using that character as defense. I mean, I've seen it where I've took an attack on Gimli, and the shadow cards messed us up. But you've got to have Brok in your hand to do that. It's not from your deck after you lose a dwarf hero. It's just when he's in your hand after you lose a hero. Yeah, if I'm taking attacks, and I've seen it where I've taken an undefended attack on Gimli and I'm getting a shadow card that's killed him. You've got to have Brok in your hand to use his effect. It's not like you can play him from your deck as a response to
you can't
what's
even mine for the guy. I mean, the new hotness with dwarves now is dwarven mining with the new Dine that's out there. Like, you can't even go dig for him. He's got to be in your hand. Like,
Yep.
What kind of crap is that? Like,
Well, exactly. And I mean, generally you'd pitch him off to Eowyn at some point.
Yeah, but why would you even put him in your deck if you were going to, like, that's the thing. Like the Dwarven Sellsword. Here's, right, if you're in leadership and you're running Brok, you're going to not run Brok, run the Dwarven Sellsword and keep him out for 6 rounds. Because you can spend 1 leadership per round and keep out a 2/2/2 3 hit point dwarf that's way better than Brok Ironfist.
Or save up for Gimli. He's 2/2/2/2 2, 3 for the cost of 4. And he has the Sentinel trait.
Right.
And after an enemy is revealed, he gets readied.
And so, I mean, we're saying a lot of this and everybody knows it, but I'm like, it's almost like they're bringing, a lot of times cards get better with age, or they see a resurgence because, you play them for a while, like the Sylvans, like, hey, we haven't seen a huge influx of Sylvans until just this latest thing, and then Thranduil comes out, we have Sylvan February, and so it makes it more interesting to play. But this card, every time a new dwarf gets released, he becomes worse and worse, which is saying something for this game. That I don't know how a card could get worse, except when another dwarf gets put out. And it's like, hey, look, here's another dwarf that you could play instead of Brok Ironfist. He doesn't even generate a resource. And he's overcosted for having 9 stats. Like, come on. I will just say that I get it. It was the first core. It was the core set, and there were some mistakes made, and things. You can't be perfect all the way around. But still, I believe that this is a total miss on all accounts. Grant,
Yep.
Should we ring this guy?
Let's.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. For anybody who doesn't know the show, we have a scientific yet arbitrary system where we ring these guys on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 ring is the one card to rule them all, and 10 rings is the trash bin. And so, Grant, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll let you go first, mate.
This card stinks. Don't put him in a deck. Use something else. 10 rings.
Well,
what do you think, Grant?
That's our first 10 rated card. He absolutely is overcosted. You don't want to run him in a deck at all. I can understand what the developers was thinking when they put it there, but like I say, we need a resurgence of a better Brok. I'm giving him a 9.5.
No, I am not letting you do this. You cannot do this. This is not how this works. You can give 1.5s and 2.5s. You can't give a 9.5. That's like failing, but kind of just barely failing. Like, either he's usable or he's not. Which one is it? 9 or 10?
Well, we did the same with Bilbo, all right?
No, I said a 9. What did you say? A 9.
For Bilbo, you said a 9. I said a 8, I believe.
Right. Like, none of this half-rating stuff when you're talking about the worst card in the game. Come on.
Okay, he's a 9.5 on the side of 10.
It rounds up to 10. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. I think that you just don't want to give somebody a 10. I think you're like, well, there could be a case where you play a card where this card is like, oh, Mr. Underhill with his Flame of Honor usage. Like,
Right, okay, I've rated him as a 10. I just said that to wind you up.
9.5. Not only do I hate half-point ratings, but now you're going to do it on the worst card in the game.
I just wanted to have that mini run. It was just too funny.
And this may not be the worst card in the game. Let me say that. There may be other cards that I think, but I think that this is universally considered one of the places where the game missed its mark.
Power in the earth.
Join us next time as we talk about more cards from the card game. Have a great day. And if you're interested in finding this or any of our back episodes of Card Talk, feel free to search YouTube, where you can find our flagship video episodes with the username Card Talk 2018. Or you can search the RSS feed, cardtalk2018.libsyn.org, for our extended audio versions of our podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook at Card Talk 2018. And if you have any questions for Grant or myself, or for both of us, feel free to email us at cardtalk2018@gmail.com.